Okay, so we're going to talk about the 5 levels of leadership from the training that we got at Leaders Retreat from John Maxwell, and it was incredible. And before we jump into the very first one, and I'll pass that on to Brianna, one of the things that he started with was a tip from this book, which is the workbook, but the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And he said this is one of his basics because this is where he teaches kind of those, those basic laws. And the one of them that he touched on was the leadership lid. And so when we get into these 5 levels, what you're going to notice is that that there's a cap on each one of them on where you stand as a leader. And so leadership lid determines the size of your business. And he talked about how if you are, let's say you're a level 2 leader, okay, you're a level 2 leader, your business will not grow past that level 2. You're going to recruit level 1s, okay? And so you're going to have this business that just hits there. You can't grow a team of 4s and 5s until you grow as a leader to a 4 or a 5, okay? And so he was just talking about that and just saying wherever your lid lies, your team is going to be under that. So it's really important that you do personal development and develop yourself as a leader so that you can grow your team into a bigger, better, stronger leadership team. So I'm going to pass that on to Brianna and let her start with level 1. So kind of think about where you're at in these levels and think about where you want to grow as a leader and what it's going to take to get there. And then we are going to dive in to a book study after this in November and help all of us develop as leaders.
Thanks, Ansley. Okay, so the one thing that I wanted to show you first before I talk about the number 1 is he made it into a upside down pyramid. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's here. So these are the levels. It starts at level 1 and then goes up to level 5. So the first level is position. Anybody can be appointed the position. So whether it's a manager or us as ambassadors, we're appointed that position by paying $34.95. Once you have people on your team, it becomes a little bit more of you have to become a leader, like Ansley said. So people follow you because they have to in this position. It's not necessarily leadership, but it is a great place to start. This was where you can begin investing in your own growth and potential as a leader. Use your time at this level to learning to lead yourself. Through priorities and self-development. After you've done this, you will be ready to move on to the next level. So like I said, this is everybody who starts here can grow past this level. And the bad thing that I did here was that 80% of people stay here, which we don't want to be those 80% of people. We want to be the next levels because then we can have other leaders on our team and we won't have to do so much work to continue down the levels of our teams. So that's what I have for position. That's number 1. So if Ansley wants to do number 2.
Okay, so number 2, you know what? I'm not sure if I wrote down a title. Do I have permission? Is that what you have? Okay, so number 2 is permission. And the difference is that people, once you hit level 2, is that people are going to give you permission to lead. They want to be on your team. And the biggest difference that he talks about here is the energy that people give you. So I'm going to back up with the level 1. He gave kind of a scenario of people coming into the office, and y'all, I have been this person, and so I was laughing because I used to work in corporate, and he talked about how, let's say you work 9 to 5, at 4:30 you are packing up, okay? You are packing up, you are you got your lunchbox ready to go, you've got your you're logging off your computer, you're getting all of those things, you're putting your shoes back on because you took them off because you were so uncomfortable, and You might even be putting on your running sneakers because you are ready to get out of there and go to the gym or do whatever you're going to do. And I remember this because we got out at 4:45, and at 4:43 we were lined up at the clock out machine. Okay, we were lined up waiting. We had to watch it tick from 43 to 44 to 45, and then we all would punch in our numbers and jet out the door. And so when you think about your team and your level one people, whether you're a level one leader or you have level ones on your level one leaders on your team, those are the people that do just the bare minimum. Okay, maybe with our business, maybe they're just posting on Facebook once a week. Okay, or maybe they're just doing what they have to do because they have to, and maybe it's something you told them to do and they don't care, but they're just doing it because they think they have to. Once you get to level two, they're going to give you some energy. Okay, you're going to ask them to do something and they're going to reciprocate that. You're going to start building those relationships with them, and they are going to start investing in you a little bit more. They follow you because they want to instead of have to. Okay, and it's the relationships are the foundation of leadership. One of the things that he said that I love, this is a quote from him saying, people won't go along with you if they can't get along with you. And I love that because you have to build these relationships. Now, I'm not saying especially in a team of women, a majority women, that you're going to get along with everybody, but there are going to be things that people invest in with you because they trust you and they know you have their best interest at heart. Okay, so you may not love your upline completely, or whoever your leader is. You may not love everything about them, but you know that when they're training you and when they're doing something with you, that they want you to be successful because they're investing in you, right? So leadership is another one of the laws. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. If you're not influencing people, they're not going to follow you. The three things that a level two leader does really well. A level two leaders do really well. They are good listeners. They listen, they learn about those people, and then they lead. Okay, so you're going to find what their passions are, what you're going to listen to them. So the second thing they do is that they find people before you lead. And so what is their passion? What are their dreams? Basically, what is their why? You can't lead them to do something, if their passion is in the business side is that they want to retire their husband. You can't lead them by saying, I don't know, let's go get you $250 and all you have to do is go silver. Okay, they want to go past that. They want to be a runner. So you're going to need to know that in order to lead them. If their passion or their dreams are just to pay their car payment and you're telling them to message 45 people in a day and teach them how to be a runner, they're not going to follow you because that's not their why. They don't want to be a diamond yet. And so you're going to have to find out what their passions, what their dreams are, and then be able to lead them. Okay, and then the next thing they do is they observe really, really well. Okay, they watch their people. Not what they know. It is not what their people say. It's what they do. Okay, their level two leader's mantra is, "Don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me." Okay, and I know there's probably a lot of us that have this mantra, and so they know it is the behavior of the person that makes them succeed. And so when they're looking at their leaders and they're looking at their people, they know who is going to be successful and who is not based on what they are doing, not what they are saying that they are going to do. And then number 3 is that they serve. Okay, they serve their team. They make you feel like a partner. They're not over there sitting here saying, "I'm an emerald," and so you're just going to do it. That's not the way. That's not a level 2 leader. A level 2 leader serves them. One of the things that one of the stories that he told was about somebody that came up to him and said, John, I work for you. I work for you. And he said, well, hi, what is your name? And he said, I'm John, and I am your friend. Now, miss, don't call me Mr. Maxwell. Don't call me, Mr. John Maxwell. Just call me John. I'm your friend. Okay. And he kind of backed up and took it down a level so they felt like that they were beside him and not, he wasn't their boss. Okay. And he talked about how he told him, if I serve you and you serve me. So I think we do this really, really well as a team. This is something that when I was hearing this, I was like, oh, we do this. This is something that we have mastered really well. And one of those things that I saw today is when we're on our team chat, when somebody jumps in and says, hey, I have a question, people jump in and answer. They don't say, oh, well, you're not on my team. You don't make me any money. I'm not going to answer you. They don't say, we don't say, hey, we're going to have somebody on our team meeting that's going to be other than Ansley. And they don't say, oh, well, they're not an Emerald or they're not a Senior Ruby, so I'm not going to get on and learn from them. They know that everybody, that if they serve you, you will serve. Sorry. If I serve you, then you serve me. And it's not about rank. It's not about position. It's just about being a servant leader and helping somebody in their time of need, no matter what they give to you. There is nobody on my team, and I don't think there's anybody on this team that if a level 7 or a level 8, somebody that didn't make you any money whatsoever, or a sideline came to you and reached out and asked you a question that you would say, sorry, I don't have time for you today because you don't make me any money. I'm going to move on to the next person. So you are a servant leader. That's what I have for level 2.
Sweet. So the next level is called production. This one says, he put keywords in each level, and this one was results. So this one means people follow you because of what you have done for the organization. The best leaders know how to motivate their people to get things done. I say Ansley's pretty good at that. For me anyways, because I like the making sure our orders are in by the 15th so that we get the convenience order kind of stuff. The prizes. I like prizes. That's what I'm motivated by. And I like tasks. So when somebody tells me to do something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. So you produce results at this level. So you're going to, you're building this organization. You're not just telling somebody else, okay, you build this organization and you bring all these people on the team and that's going to help me. No, I'm going to show you that I'm going to bring these people on this team to help both of us and all of us to come up to the next level. That's production. We produce results. You lead by example. You do the work and the results will happen. And I know that a lot of you guys have started seeing that, doing that 90-day program. I think it helped a lot of us to get excited, get motivated, see some things, some people come on our team. And I know Valerie had somebody that she had been working on since she started, and they started as a preferred customer a couple days ago. That's awesome, and that will happen. So we just need to keep producing. So there's also 3 important things in this level as well that he told us about. So the first one is follow me. Don't be a travel agent, be a tour guide. So we want to show everybody the results, like I said before, and continue to produce those. Don't just tell them what to do. And then the second one was create momentum. Sometimes this is really hard to do, but I think that as a team, with all of our ideas and all of the things that we are trying to work towards, if we work as a team together, we're going to create that momentum and get everybody excited. I love the fact that we do shout outs. That's awesome. It makes other people excited, and they're like, oh, well, I want to earn one of those so that I can, get on the page and help create that momentum for our team. Success increases morale. So the more successful you are as a leader at that level, the more people are going to want to follow you and be on your team. And then there's a little quote that he put, and it said, leaders create momentum, managers try to solve problems. So we don't want to manage the people on our team. You know, it's, I remember Ansley told us the story about somebody, one of our uplines, I don't know if they're a diamond now, and I don't remember the name because I need to work on that, but they only had the 2-hour slot where they made sure that they had time for their team, and they gave them that 2-hour slot to help them. But their team actually went out and figured out all of the problems that they had, and they ended up finding the solutions. You know, so we are here to help each other, but we're also here to help find solutions on our own. So I'm not going to manage my team and say, okay, this is exactly what you're going to do, and this is how you have to do it. No, I want them to help create momentum for themselves too, because it's exciting when you create it for yourself. Number 3, we attract who we are, not who we want. That's kind of a slap in the face. That's how I felt. I was like, well, dang, you know, I do have some amazing people on my team, and I'm so glad that they are on there. And they're a lot different than I am. So, you know, but I think that we also need those other people. But attracting who we are. So we need to reevaluate ourselves sometimes. And, you know, we working as on leadership, we're developing ourselves, and we're developing who we want to become. So I'm completely different than I was when I started in April. I would not have gotten on here and done this in April. I would have been way too scared to talk to any of you guys, whether I knew what I was talking about or not. But now I feel like I can do this, even if, you know, I'm scared, I'm nervous. So I want to attract who I am, but I want to love who I am, and I want to be able to be the leader that I know that I can be. And I want all of that for you guys too. I think, you know, the more that we do this leadership development and leadership training, the better off we're going to be. So number 3 was production. So we want to, people follow you because of what you have done for the organization. So that is what I have for number 3.
Okay, and so number 4, level 4, is people development. And this kind of goes back into what Brianna was saying, because we talk about, you know, solutions of things. If I just tell you where or give you the answers of things, then you're not going to find those yourself and become a leader yourself. You're just going to do what I tell you to do, or ask me over and over again for the same things instead of finding. One of the things that came up recently was, I don't remember, one of the things that comes up often is prices. So if I say, oh, the price of this is $34.95 or whatever, instead, as a leader, what I can do is post the price sheet and say, hey, don't forget to save this to your phone so that you can have these prices for future. And ours obviously have changed recently, so I get it, but I just wanted to give you a simple example. But people development and reproduction, okay? So this is when people follow you because of what you have done for them, okay? So the level 3 was what you've done for the organization. So they're watching you, they're seeing you produce, and they are like, oh, if she can do this, then I can do this. But the number 4 is when they follow you because of what you have done for them. If you're not creating relationships with your team members and you're not helping them, they're not going to want to help you. This goes back to that, if I serve you, you serve me. And so, so the example that he gave, hang on, sorry, I wrote this down and I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. So he was just saying that they join you first because they have to, and then you start thinking about. I'm so sorry, you guys. Way to go. Oh, is that you're starting to develop leaders, okay? And so they want to be on your team because you're a level 3. They're saying, okay, you got to leaders. That's what it was. I'm sorry, guys. Let me back up. So the example that he gave was about leaders retreat. And so he said, as a level 3 leader, people are looking at you and they're going, oh my gosh, you got to leaders retreat. I want to be on your team because you got to leaders retreat. So you're obviously producing, right? As a level 4 leader, they're saying, you've now developed as a person and you've helped develop me as a person. And so and now I'm a better person because of you. And so that's why I want to be on your team. And that's why I want to follow you, not just because you got to leaders retreat. Okay. We can all produce and get to leaders retreat, but to get to that level 4, it's what have you helped that person to learn and to do, okay? And so if you just add them to your team and you don't develop them and you aren't developing yourself, but just like Brianna said, I am a way different person than I was 2 years ago. I hope Brittany can look at that and go, and I'm not saying I'm at a level 4 leadership, but I think Brittany can say that I am not the same person or leader that I was when I first joined Plexus. She's shaking her head. That I'm growing and I'm continuing to grow. Though I did not know that I was going to have a team. Okay, I did not join this company for a business, so I had no intention of being a leader. And I had never done it before. So I've had to dive into some leadership training, and that's why I'm now reading the 21 Laws of Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, because I'm like, oh heck, I need some development, okay? And I hope that you do it way before you're a senior Ruby, because you will be able to move on a lot quicker. So I really felt like I've hit my leadership lid, and in order to go any further, I need to develop as a leader so that I can help develop our team. So the next thing that he said with that is people will start to follow you for one reason, but they continue to follow you for just one reason. And he said, every time you give a person another reason to follow you, you grow your leadership list. Okay, and you grow as a leader. So as a number 4 leader, you ask them to join you, they like you, and then you help them make more money. You help them make some money. You help to teach them how to help others and how to help people. And so you're developing them to do that. So now they want to follow you more. Okay. So now they're going, okay, she didn't just stick me on her team and walk away from me. Right. And so this was the 3 things that we do as a level 4 leader is a level 4 leaders recruit well. Okay. And this was a tough love for me. Okay. And so a level 4 lead, I will just tell you, I do not think I've gotten to level 4 yet. Okay. And the reason for that, there's a lot of reasons for that, but I will share with you this level 4, but level 4 leaders recruit well. They know that the quality of people on their team, it is better than the quantity of people on their team, okay? And so he gave an example of a football coach, and he talked to John Maxwell, and he said, Coach, I've recruited good players, and I've recruited not so good players, and I'll just tell you, I'm a better coach with good players. Well, duh, aren't we all? So when you're looking at people and you're recruiting people, you are no longer saying, I'm going to add every single person as an ambassador, right? You're doing what we've talked about, which is qualifying people, and you're really paying attention to that. And you're saying, I'm not going to add people to my team that just want to join my team. I'm going to qualify them and find out, are they really going to be an asset to this team? And if they're not quite where we need them to be, they're not, doing the things that we asked as leaders, then we start them as a customer so that we can get to these quality people on our team. As a level 4 leader, what you're looking for. Okay. And you're looking for people of influence, right? because leadership is nothing more and nothing less than influence. So you're looking for influential people to join your team. You're looking at people and you're going to their Facebook and you're going, okay, they have 50 friends or they have 500 friends. You're looking at people that when they get on Facebook and they tell somebody about a new makeup item, that people are like, hey, I want to buy that new makeup item. Not necessarily that they sell makeup, just that, they want something. I always give an example of Rachel Rodgers. I adore her, and I think she's a huge person of influence. And, just recently she did a live video on her skincare, and she said, go out and buy these 2 items. Well, guess what I did? I went out and bought those 2 items because I trust her. And I believe that she doesn't go and talk about things unless they're quality. And so it was easy for me to make that decision because she is a person of influence. So if you do not know what a leader looks like, you cannot recruit one, okay? So hopefully these 5 levels will help show you what a leader looks like. People at level 4 position people well, and then they equip them well. So when you are training, you are equipping them. And so here's how he said you're going to equip them. There are 5 ways to equip your people. Number 1, I do it. Okay, so the very first thing is I do it. If you do not do it yourself, you cannot train someone else to do it. If you're telling people to go out and do 5-3-1 and you're not doing it yourself, and they're not watching you recruit people because you're not doing your 5-3-1, they're not going to do the same thing. And he went back to that, don't be a travel agent leader. Do not lead people somewhere that you have not been before. That's a travel agent leader, okay? Don't be a travel agent leader. And he did not say, I did it, okay? If you are saying, I did it, so I want you to do it, you're not a leader, you're a history teacher. That's what he said. That didn't come from me, y'all. That's not my tough love, it's his. Okay, so I do it. I do it. I did it yesterday. I do it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. That is a leader, and that is how you equip your new people. With the first way to equip them is to say, I did it. Watch me. Okay, I'm going to do it, and so then they're going to do it. So their number 2 is I do it, and you're doing it with me. Okay, and so one of the examples that I think of is is showing people what a cold message looks like, maybe, okay, and then giving them a script saying, okay, I just messaged, these are the 5 people that I messaged, and here's what that looked like. Here's a message that you can send to your 5 people, okay, and when they answer you, I'm going to help you, okay. And so then, so maybe that looks like a 3-way message, okay? So you've given them that, and then they're now putting you in this 3-way message with their people. So you're showing them what to say, and you're doing it with them. Remember, you're walking side by side with them as a leader. And so then number 3 is you do it, and you are with me, okay? Or I'm with, yeah. So again, that side-by-side leadership. At some point, this is a great example with our 30-day runner program. At some point, they don't need you in those 3-way messages anymore. They've watched enough of those 3-way messages that they are comfortable doing that on their own, okay? And you're not having to check in every day saying, hey, who are your 5 people? Or do you need help with your 5 people? But in the beginning, a great leader is walking side by side with that business builder for at least a month. That's in my opinion. 30 days, you are walking side by side with that person. You are checking, if they're a business builder, you are checking in with them. And this is something that I have to grow in because I am a self-driven ambassador. I am somebody that just kind of hit the ground running. I knew what I needed to do, and I went out and found the training on my own, and I did it. But guess what? 90% of your team is not going to be self-driven. Okay, they need you to hold their hand. One second. Yeah, just 1 second, baby. Okay, and so then number 4 is you do it. They do it, okay? So they do it on their own. And then number 5 is they do it, and someone else is with them. Okay. And so it's actually you do it and someone else is with you, but you got the picture. So they do it and someone else is with them. So you've given them that duplicatable training. And so guess what they're going to do? They're going to go out and they're going to recruit somebody, and they're going to follow the exact same steps that you gave them. And we are working as a team right now on getting you a very good duplicatable system that is going to help you. So when you recruit somebody, you are not going to sit back and go, holy heck, what do I do next? We're going to give you a step-by-step checklist of how to do that, and then you're going to be able to duplicate it. So you produce leaders, you reproduce leaders this way. We teach people what we know, but we reproduce who we are. Okay, so that is what I have for number 4.
Okay, excuse me. So number 5 is pinnacle, is what it's called. So the word, like I said before, that he had the words for each one. So this one is respect. People follow you because of who you are and who you represent. They stay in the organization because of you. The highest level of leadership is also the most challenging to attain. It requires longevity as well as intentionality. You simply can't reach level 5 unless you are willing to invest your life into the lives of others for the long haul. But if you stick with it, if you continually focus on both growing yourself at every single level and developing leaders who are willing and able to develop other leaders, you may find yourself at the pinnacle. So this is, like Ansley said, the duplication. You know, it's so important. And that 30-day runner program when I started was awesome because I was able to duplicate it onto my next people and continue down the line. But having the checklist, I'm super excited about because it's going to be awesome for me to know exactly what I need to do for each of my people to equip them with the information they need for their people. The commitment to becoming a pinnacle leader is sizable, but so are the payoffs. So this is, if you think about a leader in our company, this leader right here is going to be Celeste Gwynn. So, you know, she has so many people on her team, and she doesn't have to work with the person who's number 10. So she doesn't have to work with me because my upline is training me so that I can train my next downline. So she also, you know, everybody has stayed with her because of what she represents. You know, she's the top leader in our company, and, you know, everybody's journey is different, yes, but she is normal. I mean, she was dancing during the Halloween party with her husband right next to us in a Halloween costume. And I was like, there's Celeste Gwynn. Oh my gosh. Do you see her? She was like, yeah, I saw her. I was like, are you sure you see her? So it was awesome, you know, to be able to see that even somebody at a pinnacle level is not going to be that CEO who doesn't give a crap about the person who's at the bottom. They still care. But they also want to be able to teach their next level down so that they can teach their next level down. So, because there's no way that we are going to be able to talk with 800, I don't know, okay, so say she has what, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, I don't know how many people she has on her team. But there's no way she can message those people or talk to those people or call those people every single month. There's no way. So training is so important. Building those leaders to build your team, to have leaders is really important. So let's see, level 5 leaders develop level 5 organizations. They create opportunities other leaders don't. They create a legacy in what they do. So I want to create a legacy. I want people to know that I was that smiling person that everyone wanted to be around. And, you know, I want people to be able to come to me and talk to me if they have something that they need help with. And I want that. And I know all of us want that. People follow them because of who they are and what they represent. So represent is a very important word in this. So we don't want to represent we all started with this company because of what it represents. You know, I'm staying because of more than what it represented when I first started. I thought it was just a good gut health company. You know, that's great and all, but what our company does for other people, that $300,000 that they gave to people from the hurricanes, that was amazing. You know, not every company does that, especially a network marketing company. And we're debt free, you know, and we pray, and we all, you know, I stay because of that. And I think that our company is pinnacle, in my opinion. So, let's see. So leadership gains a positive reputation. So you want to be positive. We all want to be positive. And so that's all I have for that. But I did want to say one thing. So he ended the meeting with, do you have that quote? Were you going to say that today, Ansley? No? Okay. So I want to end with 2 different quotes for you guys. This is part of the book that he rewrote. It's something called 2.0. But so one thing in common with all leaders, this is one thing that every leader has in common. They see more than others see, and they see before others see. So I recruit the people on my team because I see what they don't see yet. So I see the potential, and I see the leaders that they are and that they can be, but I have to help them get there. And I know that I can do that, and I know that we can all do that, but I see that before they do. And the fastest person doesn't win the race. It's the one who started first. So, you know, us doing our 5-3-1, we just have to start. We just have to continue doing that consistency. And, you know, with the 90-day program, we did see results. So I thought that was pretty awesome that he said that. I'm done.
Thank you for helping me with this. I think I hope everybody got something of it, and I'm going to stop the recording so we can just chit chat for a minute, but I hope that it gave you enough that you want to dive in with us to learn more about these levels and how to grow as a leader. So thank you, Brianna. I'm going to stop the recording and then we can chat for a second.